Entertainment is a godsend because when you leave people to their own devices, this is the type of BS that you get.
Watching horses have intercourse.
Yeah. Unorthodox reaction.
You little snake. Welcome back, guys, to another one. I forgot to look. I was like, what do I look? Go to the cameras. Alright, welcome back, guys, to another Unorthodox reaction.
Cut open.
It's been another Unorthodox intro.
Cut open.
Hope you guys have enjoyed whatever you've been doing.
I will see you all next time.
Exactly. Now, today we are reacting to
Sam O. Nella, Scandalous Popes of the Middle Ages. Should be interesting. You ready?
Yeah, 2 seconds.
Am I ready? I think so. Alright, let's get it.
It was sponsored by Skillshare.
Loud.
Hey kids, time to alienate 23.9% of the United States from my potential audience, because today we're talking popes. Now don't get me wrong, the modern papacy is a great thing, just a genuinely virtuous man being elected to govern and set an example for Christians everywhere. That's awesome. But back in the day, not so. See, in the Middle Ages, the church was one of the greatest powers in the Western world, having massive influence over monarchs and laymen alike. And as
I'm just having fun doing this. It's like, it sounds so weird. They can never experience it, but like, I should probably not have said anything. It just sounds really weird now, but I'm just like increasing the volume and decreasing the volume, and it sounds pretty cool. That's away from the video, sorry guys.
As we know, with great power comes
about
great tomfoolery. Here's some of the less wholesome popes that history has to offer. Pope Stephen VI assumed the pontificate in May of 896, during a time of great instability for the papacy, where rulers and families of all different...
I just noticed that me doing this makes it look...
It doesn't, because they can't friggin' see anything from the shoulders.
Okay.
So you're basically just sussing yourself out for no reason.
Sorry guys.
Still can't see what you did.
shapes and sizes were vying for influence over the Catholic Church. As such, successive popes from this period often had different ideas about how things should be run. Stephen, for example, didn't much care for Pope Formosus, the guy before last. Why? It's complicated. Even if I could...
I'm not reading all that. You can read it. I'll listen. The cadaver syndrome.
Can you not? I lost where I was. I lost where I was
could
now.
wrap my head around all this, it'd probably be boring as hell. So just take it on good faith that Steve had a lot of beef with Formosus. So much beef, or as we call it, papal bull, that Stephen couldn't even be happy that the dude was already dead. So he had the 8-month-old corpse of Formosus dug up, dressed up in pope clothes, sat down on a throne, and literally put on trial, with a deacon appointed to give all his responses for him.
Why does a lot of salmonella videos involve people doing stuff with dead people's bodies?
Oh my god, that's it.
So you thought you could get away from the law with that little dying stunt of yours? Well, tell me, Mr. Thrombosis, did you violate canon law, commit perjury, and pretend to be a bishop when you weren't? Yes, pasta fazool, I am a fool. I've heard all I need to hear. This court finds you guilty, and everything you did as Pope,
I just imagine that they hired a
declared to be
professional
fake and dumb and
ventriloquist.
stupid and dumb. Now throw him in the river. What? The river? Can he do that? See the hat? That means I'm Pope. P-O-O-P Pope. You gotta throw that bitch into the briny deep right quick, or I'm gonna raise hell.
I thought he was gonna spell pimp.
Metaphorically, so they throw him in the river. This whole thing caused an uproar among Formosus supporters, and after Formosus's corpse was allegedly seen performing miracles at the riverbank, Stephen ended up being overthrown, imprisoned, and executed by strangulation. The body, now slimy and disgusting, was fished out of the Tiber and reinterred in St. Peter's Basilica, where it rests to this day. Next, we'll talk about John the 12th. This guy already looks like one of my characters. Why don't we just, yeah, there we go. This guy ascended to the throne when he was just 18 years old, which is insane.
Dang,
If I was elected world's biggest hat wearer at that age, you better believe things would get real unpapal real quick. I'm talking gambling, hookers, setting fires, and toasting to the devil. And when you know it, These are all things John the XII did.
Of course.
It said that he took the
Of
sacred
course,
palace
God
and
dang.
literally made it into a whorehouse. Matter of
Standard.
fact, while researching the guy, I stumbled across this list of sexually active popes. This is a real Wikipedia article. Take a hike, toilet paper orientation. Daddy's got a new favorite. John is featured prominently on this list, of course. He had a thing for widows for some reason. Personally, I'm not big on weepy old hags. I'm more of a carefree young hag type of guy.
Again,
But to each
whatever
their own.
floats
He
your
also
boat.
banged his niece a bunch, which not the most virtuous act, but you know,
Middle Ages,
and
yeah.
bloodline,
I was gonna
whatever.
say,
It's probably
like, it's the Middle Ages. That doesn't even surprise me
Yeah, you
anymore.
can get away with anything. It's just about right, to be fair. Pope having sex, who cares?
Yeah.
The
Pope's got a
lifestyle eventually
house.
caught up to him, though, leading to the Synod of Rome, where everyone got together to talk about what a piece of shit he is so they could kick him off the throne. Besides all the deviancy, there was a lot of things they had problems with. For one, someone once offered John some money to ordain a 10-year-old as a bishop, and he was just like, alright, I would have done it for free, honestly. Look how big those robes are on him, that's hilarious. He also had a deacon ordained in a horse stable, just like, oh, for fuck's sake, alright, let's get this over with. Shouldn't we be doing this in like a church? Listen, bucko, if it's good enough for Jesus to be born in, it's good enough for you to have your little cardinal party. No, sir, not cardinal, he's just a deacon. Not if you keep running your mouth, you aren't. He also liked going on hunting trips now and then, generally considered to be something popes don't do, although my suspicion is that they were just tired of cleaning his big stupid camo hat every time. Probably his worst act, though, was putting on a helmet, followed closely in second by the time one of his subdeacons got on his nerves, so
Putting
he
on a
literally
helmet?
cut off his dick and murdered him. So between all this got on was putting
But
on
I'm still hung up on the helmet thing. Okay.
a helmet, followed closely in second by the time one of his subdeacons got on his nerves, so he literally cut off his dick and murdered him. So between
So now I can't overreact to that because he already did it. And
Yeah.
but it is hella surprising.
Sorry,
You just ruined my reaction.
because you weren't listening.
I was still hung up on the.
How about you let go of the
thing.
past and you move on?
I refuse.
Between all this and some conflicts with Otto I of the Holy Roman Empire, John was uncanonically ousted in 963. Except as soon as Otto left
300.
Rome, nobody was there to pressure him off physically anymore. So John was like, lol, just kidding. Rounded up all his groupies, kicked the new pope
Like,
off the
get your
throne,
ass
and
off
continued
the
his rule
throne.
like nothing happened by early 964. But just a few months later, fate caught up with John, and he died the way he lived. Committing adultery. Now let's be real.
Wait,
We all know
what?
John, and he died the way he lived. Committing.
According to someone, John died whilst enjoying an adventurous sexual encounter outside Rome, either as a result of apoplexy or at the hands of an outraged husband.
See, wanted to stop me.
I'm guessing it's some type of death
No.
caused by sexual acts,
Oh, you know what?
like kind of on the line of a stroke.
Or it could be
We'll just wait for him to do his thing.
unconscious or
Yes, I was right. It was on the line of a stroke.
Alright then,
Don't
freaking
worry.
out.
Now let's be real. We all have our little guilty pleasures in life. Some people like a nice bag of Cheetos. Others like scented candles or poorly drawn educational videos. Alexander the Sixth
You
like
see
watching
that?
scented candles or poorly drawn
Yeah.
Ah, thinks he's funny.
educational videos.
I like it,
Alexander the Sixth like watching horses fuck.
Well, that's a
According to
thing.
the Vatican chronicler Johann Burckhardt, he would specifically arrange for his stallions to be introduced to mares in heat outside his palace, and he'd stand up on his balcony to watch them violently mate, which
I mean, to be fair,
People are so weird, man.
they didn't have a lot of entertainment back then, so it's like they had to find something
don't
to
know
entertain
if-
themselves. And when you leave people to their own devices, this is the type of BS that you get.
I can't
There's
believe
just
you're trying to
stupidness
justify this.
like this. I'm not justifying. I'm just saying when you leave people, entertainment is a godsend because when you leave people to their own devices, this is the type of BS that you get.
Watching horses have intercourse.
Yeah,
It's,
for entertainment.
it's appropriate now.
Back then it was. Now it's like you've got on top of everything that you have to watch.
To watch a
TV,
horse.
movies, freaking go to the theme park, something, you decide, let me just make these two horses fall in love and just watch.
Once they fall in love, they don't fall in love.
Or let me just introduce these two horses, I should say, and just watch them have sex.
That is crazy.
Just tickled in pink for some fucking
You think they
reason.
have videos
And he'd
of that?
laugh uproariously
No,
during
they
the
didn't
entire
have videos back
spectacle.
then.
He also once threw a
They
party in
probably
the
have
palace
like
called the
the
Banquet of
drawings
Chess.
though.
Oh,
What
there's
do
no
they
way
call
they
it?
drew the like.
Poneglyphs, I
I
think.
don't know, but there's no way they drew that. They drew that.
Like,
but
no, they have to document
a
everything the
guy
Pope
just watching the
does.
horse. Like,
The drawing, like, I guess you have to document everything the Pope does.
what the flip? That's crazy.
Nuts. Also referred to as the Joust of Whores. Wait a minute. Horse jousting. Horses banging. Was dyslexia a thing back then? Nah, but during the banquet, Alexander had 50 of Rome's finest raggedy
Okay.
harlots line up and strip down for
It's like that guy who spelled everything wrong, but you knew what he was writing.
what's his name again?
I miss him. Legend, luckiest man alive. Absolute legend. Honestly,
I
I miss
can't
him.
remember his
He
name.
wrote a book, spelled everything wrong, no punctuation, and then wrote another book,
And he still made it a bestseller.
and then wrote another book, and put all the punctuation at the end and said, do your thing.
Yeah.
During the banquet, Alexander had 50 of Rome's finest raggedy harlots line up and strip down for him and his guests, which, by the way, included 2 of his children, which, by the way, he had many children, but at this point hardly a concern. Guests began
Right,
throwing
of
chestnuts
course.
at the ladies, who got down on their hands and knees and scrambled frantically.
And that's how the strip club book.
Some say that's how straight was.
Like the cook at Denny's when it held him at gunpoint, trying to collect as many as they could. After this went on for a while, Alexander was like, alright kiddos, game time. Whoever can bang the most broads before the night's over wins Rome's finest silks, and the only condition
Told you,
Game on.
when do
Game
people have to entertain
on.
themselves? Stupid
Game
is like,
on.
this is what happens.
Game on. I don't
is
lose.
that anybody who makes a joke about nutting on someone's chest gets disqualified. It's too easy. This is all according to that one Johann guy, mind you. Someone's chest. Rome's finest silks. And the only condition is that anybody who makes a joke about nutting on someone's chest gets disqualified. It's too easy. This is all according to that one Johann guy, mind you. Some secondary sources differ pretty significantly on the more lurid details of all this, so do take it with a grain of salt. But at the same time, this guy was the official record taker for the ceremonies he was involved with, so it seems equally likely to me that the other guys just wanted to save a bit of face, but who knows. In the end, primary sources are usually the most reputable source of information.
See, he literally did just write everything that he did.
Yeah.
Just-
Hey.
It's like, hey, this is the Pope. I have
That
to
your
write
sister you're
everything the
banging?
Pope
Hey,
does.
say less.
After all, what better way to learn about stuff than from people who have direct experience
I feel
in
like
the
there's a
subject?
Skillshare
That's why you
coming.
need to try Skillshare.
Yeah.
Skillshare is an online learning community with over 20. Anyway, that's all for today. Till next time, I'm Sam and Nella, and thank you for watching.
Thank you, sir, for being our what do you call him? Our resident teacher. That's it. And I hope you guys enjoyed the video as well. That was very entertaining, as usual.
Thank you guys for watching. Once again, we've been Unorthodox Reactions. This is another Unorthodox outro.
Oh.
If you're still here with us, we appreciate you. If you're not, we still appreciate you. We still appreciate you regardless. Hope you've enjoyed, and make sure you
Like, comment, subscribe, notification bell.
Yeah, do
And
that.
don't
stuff.
forget reaction suggestions in the comments below.
Good reaction suggestions. Amen. Are you laughing for?
Nah,
what's so
we'll
funny?
see you all in the next
What's
one.
so funny? What are you laughing for?